Okay. I decided to fade that out early today.
Hi, everybody. Happy Monday.
Yes. Happy Monday. I'm thinking about shaving my head.
Why?
I've been having a consistent bad hair day since the beginning of the year.
Really? You think so? I don't think so.
I think so. Look at this. Look at this.
What's wrong with it?
Look at this. Whatever I do, this will
Well,
not
that's
go.
what they invent hairbrushes for. Just brush your hair. And shampoo. A little shampoo and a little hairbrush a long way.
You think I didn't try that last week?
How about? All right. So do you have a blow dryer?
Yes,
Take
around
your
here somewhere.
brush up underneath it. Take your blow dryer and just pull it out, and it should lay down flat then. I don't have that problem. I try to achieve that problem, what you're calling a problem. I spend lots of
Yeah,
money on mousse and gels and hairspray and blow
and
drying,
and
trying
the
to fluff
1980s.
it out, and it just goes flat. So I have the opposite problem. Yeah, let's just both shave our heads.
Well, you do it first because it will be funnier.
Yeah. No, you do it first.
I got a razor right over there. This is not a problem for me.
No, you don't want to do that though. Really, there is a lot of. I'll send you something here after the show about hair. You have remember the story in the Bible about Samson and Delilah, right?
Yeah.
And Samson lost all of his strength when Delilah.
No. Let me stop you right there. This is in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
And Samson was created to mock Hercules. The story of Samson is meant as a mockery to the story of Hercules.
Okay.
Because this is, those people. And that's what they do. They mock the traditions and stories of all the other people.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Delilah wasn't. Delilah was a Philistine.
No. The whole story is fictional.
Well, it could be. It could be fictional.
No,
but
it is.
There's even to fictional stories, fables, fairy tales, there's always an element of truth to it, or it's trying to teach something. Like Jesus always taught in parables, for example, about the prodigal son, all those stories, because people remember stories easier and better, and they can pass them down than just cold hard facts on a. So anyway, so with Samson and Delilah, there's an underlying story there, not just of the betrayal, but of his hair and the significance of his hair being related to his strength and superhuman strength and ability. And there is something to that. Okay, so I have a very, very close friend. It's a hairdresser. Okay. And she said that when she is, washing the client's hair and starting touching the hair, she gets psychic downloads about this person. She really does. And she's almost like a medical intuitive. But she does. And she's right. And that's why people love going to her. They kind of get a therapy session and a psychic reading and a haircut all at the same time. There's something about hair. And that's why in magic, then if you want to cast, unfortunate situations on someone that you declare to be an enemy, you always want to get a sample of either hair or fingernails to put in your sympathetic magic for your whatever your ill intention may be. It can go good also for healing. You could do that too for healing. It's most often used in black magic.
Raven, stop being a hippie.
I can't. It's just me. Anyway, so be careful about shaving and cutting your hair.
Yeah. Don't let the hippies and the ball supporters get my hair.
I'm trying to picture you with no hair.
Well, I shaved my head this time last year, so you could probably just go find a video in the
That's right. It
archives.
was
It'll
super
show.
short. I don't remember it ever being all the way down.
I think I was. I had the. I think I used the 3-day razor. The 3-day razor attachment.
Oh, so what? It had like this much. You
The
didn't shave the
the
skull,
small one.
the skin.
No. But I also missed a bunch of spots on the back because I did it myself, and I just left them.
You can give yourself a hawk mow instead of a mohawk. Just do a hawk mow.
It's a new thing I'm trying.
Right
I started,
down
and my arms started to get tired, so I gave up.
or you could do like Mr. T, just do the two sides, and be sure to encompass that little problem spot you're talking about, and just there you go.
Yeah. Who considered you the fool? I did. Oh.
That's funny. So what did you do this weekend? Did you get your writing done?
I'm going through my files again, and yes, I did get some writing done. There was a project I was working on a year ago. I started looking at it again. Did I ever? Do you remember the Darren and Jenna story?
No, it didn't
I
sound
got
familiar.
I got
Uh,
about 8,000 words or something like that into it.
Tell me something about the storyline. The names don't.
The two characters, they're 18 and they've just graduated high school. It's the summer, and they bump into each other at the beach, and then they get sucked into another world by
Oh,
sky tentacles.
no, I don't know anything.
And there's a lot of horny posting in it.
I figured that.
Yeah,
18 beach, the
a
natural.
lot of horny posting. Um, yeah. I want to see how well I could write to the male gaze. Do you know what the male gaze is, Raven?
Uh, we're not talking homosexual gaze. We're talking like eyes gaze upon something. Or are we
Yeah.
talking
But
about
like
homosexual?
the heterosexual gaze of a man, not the homosexual gaze of a
Okay,
man.
you mean in how he's looking at the object of his desire? You mean?
Yeah, well, chicks, period, but still.
Okay, undressing them with the eyes.
Yeah,
That sort of degenerate
yeah, well, that's
X-ray vision or
yeah,
something.
yeah. This is kind of where the eyes flick to and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
what's thought about what well, like in writing, when you talk about the gaze of something, you're specifying what is, like, so because you don't describe everything. Like if you were to write a character in a room, you don't go, the walls were gray, there
Yeah.
was a tapestry of a dragon, there was a plaque of a fleur-de-lis, there was a small statue of a dragon, there was a white round thing floating there, there is a glass that has a candle in it. You don't list off every single fucking thing, because it becomes, and obviously I'm listing off the stuff behind you, uh, because it becomes a tedious list of
Right.
useless details that are not
Right.
relevant to the story. You
And
would,
gaze is separate from seeing something. Like
yeah,
you gaze upon something, you have more of like a focused intent. Your
yeah,
focus is like
yeah.
laser in, and you're not.
It's the thing you're paying attention to.
Yeah, yeah,
The thing you're casually more aware of, or in English there are a lot of different words, and they have subtle different meanings.
Mhm.
because English, right? Fuck the
I'm
French.
gonna this would right.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna go
dictionary
to
definition.
the meaning of gaze.
Yeah.
So a
So
gaze is
you
a
would,
fixed or steady look, often indicating admiration, wonder,
yes,
affection, or intense thought. Yeah. Okay. Hmm.
intense thought would be the one we're going for here. So like when a guy checks your tits out, it's the male gaze.
Oh, there, it's the male gaze.
It's the male
Yeah.
gaze.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have these two
Yeah.
characters,
And,
and they are on the
and,
beach.
and the
They get sucked into a different world.
yeah.
They
And then
where
they're
they stumble
wandering
upon a
around and
portal.
some shit's going down. Nah. I went with the Cthulhu tentacles out of the sky.
Ah, ah.
They're just sitting there and
Hook them up and
yeah,
okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
And then stuff happens from there. And then like every story, I get to a point where it's like, what the am I doing here? I'm gonna go work on something else for a while.
How many unfinished
'Cause,
stories do you have now in total? What?
uh,
There's four that I
20,
know of.
30? Probably 20 or 30.
Oh my God.
No,
Really?
this is
Okay.
normal from what I hear. Okay, you know, you come up with an idea, you throw a little
Okay.
something down on it, and you put it in a drawer, or in the case of me, a file on my Word thing or whatever.
Okay.
And
So I got
you
two things. I got an idea for a story. And today I was
okay,
watching a paranormal video of these two chambermaids that work at a hotel, and this hotel is supposedly haunted. And they
chambermaids.
what do
It's
you what are the maids
1450.
whatever?
It's
Well,
1450. That's why they're chambermaids.
well, this elevator, they have this little game that they play where
There's no
they set up.
elevators in 1450. Okay, they just have
No, there is
stairs.
this. Okay, here, just hear me out. So
We got
so
some
they set up.
continuity issues. First thing we need to work on is the continuity issues.
So they set up a phone that's on record, one of their cell phones,
Definitely
in the
not the
corner
1850s.
in the elevator on the side there, and then they press record, and they when the elevator lands and the doors open, they run out and they race and they try to get to the other elevator. Oh, they press the floor. That's right. Sorry, I forgot that part. Okay, so like they're on
Whatever.
level 3, they press level 2, and then when the doors, then they run and they try to race down the stairs and try to get to that elevator before it opens. This is a little game they play, right? So they're recording this, and something really weird gets recorded on the phone, and that is the elevator door opens, and it's not the same hallway. In fact, it's like a street that is showing maybe a inn or a restaurant, uh, or a little pub or something. Still in modern
Sure.
day, as far as you can tell, because there's like lampposts that you can see. But it's a building, and the elevator is like street side because you can see the sidewalk in front of this pub, restaurant, or whatever. And it closes and it opens again, and it's that same place. And then it closes, and then it rapidly closes up, and then it opens and it's back to the hotel. And then there's the girl running for the phone. So I can't explain what's going on there, portal, whatever. But I thought, what a neat story to have, two unsuspecting people or whatever, two people getting in the elevator thinking they're going to the floor where their room is, and the elevator doors open and they step out into a different time. Let's say it's 1400s or whatever. Be a neat way
Yeah.
to and I'm not so I just wonder if that hasn't actually happened. It's a glitch
It's
in the
not happening.
matrix. And we have many examples of glitches in the matrix. It's
Yeah,
possible.
I,
Anything is possible when you get into the
I
quantum
can
side of
tell
shit.
you.
Everything's possible. True, it is.
I can tell you what happened there. There was a glitch in the Blender file. That's a 3D editing program. Uh, in which the filmmaker deliberately pasted the background environment of another place in the opening of the elevator door.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, it's
Hey,
a
hey,
idea for a story.
yeah, yeah, it's a great idea for a story. You should write it down. You should put that idea down. You might want to work on the characters that you're using.
And then,
Uh,
so then something else happened. So I have you ever
uh,
found yourself in a dream that is one of the stories that you're currently working on? Hi, Renee. How
yes,
you doing? Yeah,
yes,
well,
yes, I have.
I'm starting to dream this story that I'm writing.
The Celeste one.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That's because you're
I'm going
thinking about it, right? You're dreaming about it because you're thinking about it, and those
yes.
thoughts
I mean,
are building up
it
back
wasn't like
here.
I was thinking about it right before I went to bed or anything like that. You often I can influence dreams.
Give me a minute. I can hear a fire alarm going off.
Oh yeah, your pizza's burning. Uh, okay, so anyway, back to this haunted elevator. I I don't know how to. I doubt it was somebody like his explanation. It's possible. Both are possible, I guess. But I just thought that was really kind of cool. How this the girls aren't anywhere around. I don't know how much of this you heard, Renee, but this paranormal video that I was watching. These girls work at a hotel, and this little game they like to play is they'll hit the elevator button to the floor beneath and set their phone up in the corner and then try to run down the hallway and race down the stairs and get to the elevator and beat it, and run this little race. Well, what happened was what their phone recorded was the door opening, and it was a completely different scene. It was not a hotel hallway anymore. It was this street scene with a restaurant or maybe a bar or something, and it opened and closed several times, and you kept seeing that scene, and then it closes again, and then when it opens again, you see the girl running in trying to grab for the phone, and it ends. So I thought that would be kind of a
Yeah,
neat
at
idea.
the very
And then
least, it could be a good premonition of something creepy happening for your existing character. Like maybe somebody's gone missing. Like
and
probably
there
not the
was
story you're
there's
working
a
on now, but
yeah.
like if you want to use this without like developing it as its own story, you could do like a sequel to the one you're working on now, where uh, someone
They end
Celeste
up in a
knows or
different
whatever.
dimension from oh,
Yeah.
I just thought of something. Okay, now
Well,
this is a real thing.
yeah.
Look,
I was gonna say, someone she knows says, "Hey, this person I know has gone missing," because you don't want it to be directly the person she knows because it's just too coincidental. Then, so you once remove it, and then Celeste starts having nightmares of this thing happening, like you've described. That way, you can like mess around with the events happening in it, and then it
mhm.
turns out somebody has kidnapped and trapped their friend in like a parallel reality loop or something. Yeah.
That's interesting. There's a haunted hotel in I believe it's in your neck of the woods, Renee, in Washington. I want to say Washington or Oregon. Um, and there's a Oriental girl. I don't know if
Or
she was from
you
Japan or
really shouldn't
Korea
use
or
that
China.
term. It's like considered super libtarded racist now.
Well, I don't mean to be racist. I just don't know if she was Korean, Japanese, or Chinese.
Yeah,
Okay, if
I
she's
think
from
you're
the
supposed to
Orient,
say Asian.
Asian. Okay, Asian. I'm
I
sorry.
don't care.
Okay,
Say Oriental all you want. I'm just saying you might be like out somewhere and get
okay.
freaking
I
attacked
don't want
by
to be.
someone with
politically
brown
incorrect
eyes,
thing.
and yellow skin.
All right, an Asian girl who hadn't been in
Somebody
the
that
United
looks like they've got jaundice but doesn't have jaundice.
She was over here on a scholarship or something. Anyway, the video cameras that they had in the elevator, she winds up dead in a very mysterious way in this alleged haunted hotel. And with the video footage that they have of her is being in the elevator, and she's like hiding, she keeps like looking out and then doing one of these things, and she does this several times. And they found her in the on the roof. They have like a water tank up there, and it's very difficult to get in that water tank. There's locks, there's all this stuff, and they can't figure out how the hell she ended up in there, but she ended up in there floating. Yeah, and
Road mystery.
and the elevator door. Okay, so she runs out, and the elevator door does some weird opening and closing, but it doesn't go anywhere. And then she's back in there again, and this happens. It's a very bizarre sequence. Um, and so there's some paranormal, incidents of paranormal weird stuff happening with elevators. But okay, the main thing I wanted to tell you about is elevators being used in meditation to contact the dead. This happened and they still use this technique at the Monroe Institute, and they rescue souls that are stuck in between worlds. A lot of them don't know they're dead, and what they do is they have all of these volunteers, each in their own little private uh, little like dorm rooms, and they lie down and they put themselves in a meditative state. They have headphones on, and Dr. Monroe, who's now deceased, would be at the switchboard, and he would guide them in the meditation to enter an elevator. And then he would tell them what floor they were on, and then the doors would open, and they would go out, and then they would find these lost souls and find out what's going on with
And
them. A
eat
lot of
them.
people just didn't know they're dead, and get them crossed over and out of limbo. It's like in a limbo place. Okay, Renee says, I think that was Portland, Oregon. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, there's this famous
I've
haunted.
seen that video. It's creepy as.
It's really bizarre. But they use an elevator to.
But at
to
the same
go to these
time, it could be
different
looped.
dimensions, like,
So
huh?
it could be looped, right? Like if you put a video on loop and you can time it so it looks seamless, especially if it's like an empty elevator.
Yeah, it would be empty at times. I mean, I'm sure they
Yeah,
cut
so
out all the.
you could splice like a point where it was empty to another point it was empty and have the same thing playing in a circle. So
Well,
it'll
she
make
comes in and goes to a different side, so it's not a loop thing. The final footage of her last minutes seen alive. Yeah, weird. Anyway, so the Monroe Institute uses an elevator.
And there's also like DMT that could be involved.
Are you talking about with her?
For pushing herself up against the wall and whatnot.
They can't figure out how the hell she got in the water tower, though.
Yeah, well, that's the creepy part.
Yeah,
and you don't see that in the video, so
yeah,
that part could be anywhere from actually happened to made up, though. I never looked at the police records, so
elevators intimidate me.
A warning: do not fuck around with elevators. They will kill you.
They can.
Do not play, no. Do not play with climbing out between the cars. Do not get into the shaft. Do not fuck around with the controls. They will kill you.
Edgar Casey almost got killed going into an elevator. He was waiting to enter, and he noticed that all of the people that were in there did not have an aura signature, meaning they didn't have an energy signature around it. There had no aura. So he took a step back and decided not to get on the elevator. And that elevator cable snapped, and all those people died. And that's what saved him, is no one had an aura. So they were like, oh, already on their way checking out. They had no
Oh,
aura
yeah.
signature. True
I do
story.
not believe that story for a second.
Your aura
Because
is just showing that you're alive. It's
first,
just the
well,
energy
first
signature,
of
your
all,
heat.
that's not how
Everything.
elevators work. You can forget the whole thing about the cable snapping and falling and everyone dying. Elevators do not work that way. Unless this story is from like
Edgar Cayce.
70 years ago.
Yeah, that's his time. That was his time. Yeah, he's deceased now. Edgar Cayce is a famous psychic, America's #1
Yeah.
psychic medium. There's a whole foundation in Virginia of all of his readings. He was called the Sleeping Prophet. This is what's so wild about Edgar Cayce. He would go lie down and go into a sleep. He would just go to sleep, and then you could ask him questions. And this other he didn't know anything. He didn't go to school to be a doctor, but it was mostly medical intuitive type questions, and he would prescribe remedies for people. And this is when the tuberculosis outbreak was really bad, and his
Okay.
his formula for overcoming tuberculosis worked. But they've
Was it
documented
take
all of
take
this
the
stuff.
vaccine?
No,
What was his remedy? Take the vaccine.
no. There
That
are
one worked. That
tomes and
worked.
tomes of different. They saved all this information and documented it all, and
Okay,
his
okay.
assessment of it.
Raven. Right now, I want to do some dream analysis.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Tell
You ever
me
been to
about your
one?
dreams about the story you were writing.
Oh, I'm going to write about that today.
I one
I'll
second.
put it
One
in
second.
there. But it was
Classic porn music.
no. There was a beach involved, but it was nighttime. There were other people around. Uh, um, the dogs got loose. I took off after one of them that went this way, trying to rein them in. Other people went this way. There were 4 dogs in total. The other 3 went this way, and I took off after this one. Um, it was just a bizarre segment of it, and I'll have to loop them in together or drop some of them. But I'm just going to put it all out on paper today.
Okay.
Maybe there's a haunted phone booth on the beach run into, or better yet, an elevator. Takes an elevator to go back up to there's like condos lining this ocean front. And this whole thing takes place in one of those condos where the whole side of it is just all glass. Whoa, God help us.
how's how's Weird Hair doing? Is he fully relieved?
Oh, you never cease to amaze me. Your generosity. Your degeneracy knows no bounds, right?
Well, that's not true. It knows some scatological bounds. There are some firm scatological bounds on my degeneracy. I do
I
not
don't
do
believe
anything
you. I
scatological.
do not believe you. Not even teddy
I have a
bears are safe.
firm. I have a firm no scat policy.
Oh God, that's disgusting. Okay. All right. Well, are you ready to write?
Oh yeah, sure. Why not? Let me start.
And when we come back, Renee, I'd like you to share something about how your story's coming along, and some, if you want to, of course, no mandatory participation, but yeah, if you'd like to talk a little bit about your story, we're very interested to see how you're coming along and what's going on with you. Okay.
The juice of a pear is the most sublime thing ever.
What?
The juice of a pear is the most sublime thing ever.
Oh, I didn't see what you were doing. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, it's been a long time. Oh, that makes me hungry for one now. It's been a long time since I had a fresh pear. Last sentence. I was going to finish this reading too.
And the flesh of the pear, when properly ripe, just melts in the mouth.
Dad, stop it, would you? You're making me hungry. All I have are these little corn puffs.
Look at that juice.
Ugh.
You can practically drink this thing.
Okay, so Renee says, I haven't had dreams of my story, but I have laid awake thinking of things I want to add to different scenes. Then I sleep in. Cool.
Yeah, I saw that. But, I was having like the third most sensual experience I could have.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. I ate a piece of popcorn and I got a kernel stuck way down deep in this gum, and now the gum's all swollen. And it's very painful. The whole side of my mouth, I can't get. I
Shouldn't eat popcorn.
I know.
It's bad for you.
So I know that's because of those kernels. So that's why I bought the puff corn type from.
And it's genetically modified.
Yeah, I know. Corn's really bad for genetic modification, indeed. So,
especially the popcorn.
I just blessed my food. Try to reverse or at least neutralize any harm it could do to me.
Yeah, that's how that works.
What word? Which word?
All of you out there, enjoy this.
Floss. Yeah.
Juice. It's like eating a super soft apple and drinking a juice box at the same time.
Same time?
Not together at the same time.
Gotcha. It's in the. Why do I have it? Why did I get ding
cups
something
of
said
water
private
that
chat
have been
and then
less
I click
juicy
on
than
it?
that app.
There.
I sent you a message in private chat for information you probably don't want to put out on the internet.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Because Reedsy has two different ways you can share a story with somebody. The read only mode, which is like the easy way to send you one, and the editing mode, right? Which allows you to which allows you to put those edit tabs or whatever. But you need for the edit one, you need the person's email address. That way, you know who's doing the edits and all that. And I'm going to invite you right now.
Oh, I just heard okay. I just discovered a new term. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I share with you yeah? Let me go. Getting ahead of myself. Okay, a technomage. A technomage. It says here, a technomage may use a remote control or a multi-tool as a magic wand. Oh, I'll be damned.
We're just learning about technomages now.
I've never heard that term technomage before until just now. That's pretty cool.
It's from Babylon 5.
Is it?
After we're done watching X-Files, we're watching Babylon 5. So sometime in the fall of 2037, we'll start that project, okay?
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Raven, did you get that? Did you hear all of that?
Yeah, I
sometime
that.
in the
I
fall
heard
of 2037. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's that many X-Files episodes. I know. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Raven, okay, so the other day we're talking about spinning up another channel for watching X-Files, right? Because I recommend that. She might like bulk up that later. It doesn't matter. Raven messages me, and if we have time, we could watch this other show. And it's like, do you know how many episodes of the X-Files there are?
I was not aware of how many episodes of X-Files. I knew there were a lot, but my God, I didn't know how many. Holy shit. Yeah, that's gonna keep us busy for a while.
I'm just assuming that the episodes that came out in the 90s are normal series length episodes.
You know, and I was thinking about
it ballparks.
Maybe
X-Files it ballparks around 2000.
Maybe we should pick movies, maybe in that genre, paranormal stuff.
We can do that as well. I want to stick to the X-Files.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool because then it'll be fun.
We can do
referencing those to some of these different projects, you know, Project Bluebeam or Project, you know, Mockingbird.
We can do the occasional like weekend or something. The Weekender.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You want to do a Tuesday or Thursday?
Yeah.
You want to do a Tuesday or Thursday, and I'm like, if you want to do the X-Files, we should do Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, but then that would have me doing a show every single night, and I just can't do that.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you're right, because of the number of them, it would be a good idea to double up on them to get through it sometime this century, right?
Raven messages me. We should do that X-Files thing as like a regular show. Maybe Tuesdays or Thursdays. Maybe bi-weekly. And I'm like,
I said bi-monthly. And that would be, yeah. We're talking
bi-weekly. Bi-weekly is every other week.
I meant bi-month. Well, oh, yeah. I meant like twice a month, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're like weekly or every other week. I just used the bi-weekly term. It was like,
so I've got a question for Renee. Okay, so she says, okay, only have 738 words so far. I need to get busy. Okay, are you going for the story to be? What is the classification again? How many words are for a short story versus a novel versus? Where does the word? Where does word count really play a factor of importance?
Really, just write until you feel like the stories. Like if you're self-publishing, it doesn't matter. There are some technical terms but is 40,000 words for a novel ish, right? Like that's the classic definition of like from the 80s on or whatever, the 70s or 50s or whenever they came up with that number. Um,
But that's a good little start. 738 words is nothing to sneeze at. That's a good start.
yeah.
Great start. I mean, you can tell a whole
Hmm,
story in 1,000 words or less.
Yeah, that's
Novella.
a novella
That's
is
what I was trying to.
a novella is I think off the top of my head it's 15,000 to 30,900 and whatever, right? One word less than a novel. Uh, and then there's novelette, which is just under a novella, and I think it overlaps the bottom a bit. And then there's like a short story, which is less than that. And then
So does
there's
Amazon let?
microfiction,
I
all
know,
that
like the
stuff.
small stories you were talking about.
Okay, Amazon doesn't give a shit about any of that stuff.
Well, do they have a
First of all,
section of novella stories that you can sell online, like you can the smut? It's what, under 1,500 words or whatever it was.
yeah, you can put together a collection of short stories or whatever if you want. If you have things that are like fully out there. Um, like obviously I looked into the smut for the joke of it bugging you on the show, right? So and
Oh,
then just because
no, that's
I'm
your
curious
entire
about
focus.
all kinds of
Just you were
stuff.
a demented
But
individual. But anyway, go
yeah, well
ahead.
that too, right? Like I won't deny that. Like I'm curious about weird shit. Just like you research Bigfoot, I research degeneracy. Uh,
Anyway, I'm just teasing you. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
no. I'm making fun too. Um, but yeah, like a lot of those people do either serial short fiction, so it'll be like a novella or a novelette or a short story that has like a open end, and then they'll just write what happens next and release it in ebook format.
Mm.
So it's just a digital book that you buy for $3.99 or whatever. Uh, and then you read with one hand free. uh, and and those readers make their money, or those writers make their money. Uh, Trying to pump one of those out. I don't think pump one of those out is a good term to use there. Every month or week or I don't know. How often do you do that kind of thing?
Next subject.
Until the readership starts to wane on the series, then they slap an ending on it and start a new one.
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah. Until they give it its facial and call it a day.
So I watched a movie last night that was really. And I have some questions because I was thinking about this in a broader sense. It um, it's a Dracula movie, and it's a different
Yep.
take on Dracula for the most part. It's just a kind of a like the love interest of Dracula is different and has well, in some scenes she's a blonde, in some scenes she's a redhead, but they have a son. When this big climax I should say, of the Sultan and Dracula comes to a head. It's a little bit different in the details of it, and how he becomes a vampire is different, kind of unique. And so when you are taking like a classic like that, a Frankenstein, a Dracula, help me, uh, an Edgar Allan
Mummy.
Poe story or something like that, and you are going to alter it slightly. Is there a specific category for that when you're taking a famous piece of literature and you're redoing it and putting your own spin?
I have no idea if there's a specific category. It gets done all the time, right? Like people are always doing their own Sherlock Holmes or whatever. And like the reason why you always see a Sherlock Holmes on TV or whatever is because that character is firmly in the public domain. That means it doesn't matter. The rights belong to the people of that. And I think it's anything more than 75 years or 80 years or something like that old, unless it was written before a certain date, then it's like less time. You can research what the actual laws are, but if it's freaking old, you can probably write about it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like 100 years
like
old.
copyright
You
with
can just
Bram Stoker. If you have to give a percentage of any profit you make up for your story to that because it's copyrighted.
no. Bram Stoker, like Dracula,
Yeah.
is fully in the public domain. That was written in like the 1800s, right?
So how long? Oh, so copyrights have an expiration date?
Yeah.
Oh,
Trademarks don't.
Really?
Trademarks don't, right?
Okay.
So, if it was an ongoing series,
Wait a minute. How come then the restaurants have to change the happy birthday song because somebody made a stink about it, what, 10 years ago?
because it wasn't
because it said it was copyrighted.
that it wasn't outside of the that song isn't as old as you think.
Really?
Yeah. Or they were using a it was either that or they were using a recording that hadn't gone into the public domain yet. So in music, there are generally two copyrights: the lyrics and melody and all that, and the recording. Because
So you have to copyright
like
both?
both of them are copywritten separately. Because
So the
you could write
writing
a
of the
song.
music and lyrics on a piece of paper and then the performance thereof each have to have their own copyright.
They do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm ballparking this because I'm not a lawyer, folks.
But this is interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
you're not a lawyer.
Because you wrote a song and all that in say 1980, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you recorded it in 1980. But then you licensed the lyrics and melody and all that crap to someone else who recorded it in 2000.
License meaning they approached you about your song and an exchange of money or whatever was,
and they covered it.
and you get
they did a cover.
permission, and that's what's called the license. You license them to use your lyrics.
Whatever the terminology is, that doesn't matter. They got legal permission to do a cover of it, so they record their own version of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So say it's been the subsequent amount of time since you wrote the song for it to go into public domain. So the written song is now in public domain, and then your recording, the 1980s, whatever, the is now in the public domain. It's much longer than the 80s back, right? That's 40 years, not 75, 80, whatever it is. But the 2001 is not in public domain because it's a newer recording. So you could play the public domain version of it on YouTube as background music, but you couldn't play the not public domain version of it as background music in whatever you were making. You're muted, by the way.
There, I think. Can you hear me now?
Yes. I don't know. You muted yourself.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did not know that. That's interesting. So, how long roughly does it take for something to go into the public domain? Because I thought that
I think it's 75 years or something like that. There have been some shenanigans because of Disney with moving the dates, but I think it's 75 years. You do your own research.
Okay.
But it's also like when it comes to literary and film work and music and all that, that stuff goes into the public domain market on the first of the year.
Okay.
So usually if you're paying attention to that stuff, there's somebody on YouTube who will go through all the list
Oh, okay.
of what's like.
Right,
You
it's
can
fresh.
Google or search.
Right.
People will come out with videos and lists of what's entered the public domain this year
Gotcha.
near the beginning of every year.
Okay.
It's like Buck Rogers went in the public domain a couple of like this year or last year or something like that.
Right.
Um, and you also have to be careful because, like, say last year I think it was, maybe the year before, Popeye the Sailor Man went into public domain.
Ah.
But it's the original version of Popeye the Sailor Man that went into public domain.
Is that separate from the Looney Tunes version?
Was there a Looney Tunes version
I'm
of
just.
Popeye
I'm
the Sailor
assuming that they owned it because it's just of that same kind of era. I'm just whoever.
No,
owns
no,
Popeye.
no. So when he first came out, when he first joined the
Oh yeah, that was back in black and white before color was even.
I think that was before television.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's an old.
He was a comic book, like he was a comic strip. He like all the other characters in that story were already in the public domain because he was an addition to a pre-existing story
Brutus.
about olive oil and Brutus and all that.
Yeah, that's a good name for
but the original version of his character didn't do the spinach thing.
Oh, really?
That was added later. So if you did a Popeye story, you couldn't have him like squeeze a can of spinach and eat it and do the muscle thing. He was always a strong guy, right?
Yeah.
But you couldn't have him do that thing because that wasn't part of the original.
Is that just to get kids to try to eat spinach?
Probably.
The spinach industry paid him off.
He had a ferret though. I think he had a ferret. Yeah, I think he had a ferret that he had instead of eating spinach. So you can look that up.
Spinach, they're not so bad if they're in a salad, but man, canned spinach is just it's like seaweed, man. I can't even stand the smell of it. Oh my god, how repulsive!
What you do with that canned spinach is you lay it out, chop it up, right? So put it on the
like seaweed.
The cutting board. You make a line of it. You cut it so it's kind of not large chunks. And then you mix it in with that fresh ricotta we learned how to make last episode.
Oh, yeah, you got my interest now. All right.
Yeah, and then it tastes really great.
There's an hors d'oeuvre that has spinach in it. It's like a souffle with cheese type little hors d'oeuvre and a pastry.
Now, if you want to take that spinach ricotta mix and roll it out into a long
quiche
bar, and roll it up into like a tube, make a sausage out of it using some cellophane, and put it in the fridge until it's hard, and then pull it out and cut it up and wrap it in some salami, and eat it.
Okay, where there's other flavors. That's okay.
Spinach, cheese, and salami go great together. Meat. Meat.
Something overpowered taste of the spinach.
Well, spinach isn't bad tasting. It just it needs to be in complementation with something else.
Not by itself. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's there are a lot of things like that.
I think there's
that are like
quiche Lorraine has a little bit of spinach in it. Something in there, but you don't taste it, so that's why I like quiche Lorraine. But anyway, okay, that was the food segment of the show, right? We always something.
I just made that recipe up too.
Well, there are these roll-ups. They're done with like a flour tortilla that have spinach leaves in them with the chicken and a ham and then cheese, and then they roll them up and cut them up.
Okay.
Pinwheels.
Yeah. So you make your little round with the you take a pack of salami, you lay it out on the plastic thing, You smear out your homemade ricotta that took you about a half hour to make. And you put down some spinach. You roll it up nice and tight. Freeze it, refrigerate it, whatever. You make it hard, and then you cut it into little wedges. And you put the wedge, like an inch thick, whatever. You put it on the end of a skewer, and then you get your dry wet batter mix. Dry coated, wet coated, dry coated, deep fry.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I know how to get fat.
You should be a chef. You ever thought of being a chef?
Fuck no, I worked in a kitchen. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, but
It's easier. It's easier work to be a roofer.
Really?
And it pays more. If you have a choice between being a person who works in a kitchen or roofing, go with roofing. It's less hard on the body. It's easier work.
It's dangerous.
You get to be outside. It's technically less dangerous because you're not worrying about things blowing up. I've seen freaking kitchen fires. I've been gassed out of a kitchen because somebody left a freaking stove full of jalapeno peppers on.
Death by jalapeno.
And you get paid more. Also, it's seasonal work. You get like half the year off unless you live in a warm climate.
Yeah. Well, I would have never guessed that until you just outlined it. Okay. Wow. I would definitely think that kitchen work would be easier, pay more money, and be less dangerous.
The reverse of all of that is true. Unless you're a klutz and fall off the roof. Don't be a klutz and fall off the roof. It's highly unlikely.
Definitely can't have a 3 martini lunch and go back to roofing. But you can go back to cooking.
It's a small sacrifice to make.
Yeah, no doubt. That's funny. Yeah. Okay. So, did you get any writing done on any one of your 40 bajillion stories? I want you to finish that cat one. I wish you'd go back to writing some more on that one.
I'm tempted to. Right now, yes, I did get a little bit of writing done. So I was in that Darren and Jenna story. This is a placeholder name. The characters I'm calling Darren and Jenna.
Okay.
Obviously. I had them before at a point where so they're wandering through this alien world and they find this village that's been ransacked and like obviously horrors have gone on here. And
this sounds familiar. Keep going.
Maybe. And
now, I think you did tell me about this. Keep going.
Yeah, I think I've told you about this. It was last year or whatever. And they decide to spend the night because it's getting dark and they need some shelter. And besides the one creature they came in contact with, the place is obviously abandoned. And then they get kidnapped because,
Isn't there like a shadow person? They choose it like a cottage. In my mind, I was picturing like a pathway through town and like the houses have like a thatched roof or something like that. And somebody watching it, like a shadow person watching it from one of the cottages.
No, that's a different story. I do have a scene like that in another story.
Okay.
Somebody was watching. That was the sword and sorcery one.
Oh, okay.
Is
this kind of like modern buildings or are they?
No. It is like Okay, so they come from a modern, like it's modern day when they're to the other world, which is like a we would commonly use the Japanese term esokai for this type of story now, but it used to be, oh, what was the like a fish out of water story, but more so there's an older term. I'll see if I can find it. I will quickly chat GPT. What's the old Western term for an esokai story?
I've never heard of Esokai.
Isokai. Isokai.
Isokai.
It's Japanese. Oh, freaking. Oh. Okay. I'm not getting it.
But is there anything, does this place that they're at now look anything like something from our past, or
Sort of. Sort of.
would it be closest to?
Uh, think like the village would kind of look like Dobb and Waddle buildings, like
What is the Dobb and Waddle building?
uh,
Like mud hut? You mean?
not a mud hut. The next level up from that, Dobb and Wattle building,
Like thatch and wood, cabin-y,
Yeah.
cottagey type thing? Kind of like the Hobbit.
Oh wait, no, there was another picture there that's a little bit better looking. Open image in new tab. Yes.
Maybe a Harry Potter type.
Like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so the way these buildings are made is the frame, like you can see the wood frame, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's built, and there's a rope mesh going in between the frame. And it's matter of fact, I could probably
you find those all over Germany, some in England.
Yeah.
Timber or something. But anyway, they're called thatch or not thatch, but I mean something and wattle. What's it called again? Daub. Okay.
Yeah. Where's the stop share button?
Okay, gotcha.
So
those are cool.
There's
a pub actually that not down from our post office. This windy road in through all these thick woods behind our post office, and then all of a sudden you see a neat lodge looking like pub. It's really cool over here. It has that on the outside.
Okay.
But,
so
okay, I gotcha. Yeah, it's like wicker,
you see,
and then mud put over the
and then mud slapped on top of it, and then the white is a lime coating to prevent the mud from breaking down.
Gotcha.
In the rain.
Keeps the bugs out.
Yes.
Cool.
It's literally a whitewash of lime. Like that's where the term whitewashing comes from, is adding a layer of lime paint to the exterior of those buildings to prevent mold buildup and rot.
Yeah.
And thus that would break the mud layer down.
And that's what everybody did to their houses in the spring. Just doing a fresh whitewash. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So so they take refuge in one of these that's empty.
Yes. And then they get abducted by, some elves. And there's a lot of grapey stuff happening in the story. Yeah. They're orcs and they want to grape everybody.
God, how disgusting. Oh.
Yeah. So you got to kill the orcs because they want to grape you.
Yeah.
Got
it.
And if they don't want to grape you, they want to eat you. Yeah, they're gonna grape or eat you. Yeah. They're out there. They're out there to do the graping and the cannibalism.
Ugh. Yeah, they're disgusting.
So you do the appropriate thing to the cannibalist grapers, and you kill them.
You kill them, or at least
You
cut
kill 'em.
their
Nah, you just kill them.
instrument of offense off.
Full on conditional rapist to genocide. That's my policy.
Okay, that's funny. Gotcha.
Ah, it's light. It's getting a little dark.
Well, are we ready to write again? I'm looking at the time here. We've got bottom of the hour.
Yeah, we could do a second writing session.
Yeah.
This episode.
I think
Something we should be doing all the time, but we don't because I'm a slacker. Slacker.
Yeah, I'm.
I got the
Hopefully, I can get this
the top
finished.
back up.
I got one full page done.
Do you want to do a full 20 minutes
Yeah.
or 15 like we did last?
Oh, I don't care. Whatever you decide is fine with me.
Okay, I'm gonna set it for 20, but if I get bored around 15 minutes, I'll cut it off.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. All right. Now, let me see.
There's the thing.
I'll do that here.
Just a little bit. Forget what I have to do here. No, not shut Raven's camera off. Mute her. Camera out for a minute there. How long was that alarm going off?
I don't know. I'm rushing to get the rest of this set.
Take your time.
Um,
So I had to go to the bathroom. That's
Oh.
why I wasn't.
oh,
here.
I didn't notice.
Yeah. And then I got distracted looking through all my other story ideas, trying to call the ones or combine the ones that are redundant. Now, if you've got 2 or 3 story ideas, and the only thing keeping them apart is the name of your main character. Yeah, just change the name of the main character to the same thing, and it becomes one story idea.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Smart.
yeah.
So I was going through all my story ideas and doing that. This is a guy with a gun story. I'm gonna put this in the pile of the guys with a gun story. Which I'm currently going to use the name Cole Harrigan
Oh, that's a good name.
for my guys with a gun story. Eventually, I will write a Cole Harrigan novel or novella. It doesn't help that I've been watching all these pulp era YouTube channels. So there are these people that read old pulp novels and then they write reviews and talk about them on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, this book was shit. I love these trashy stories about like a government agent going into youth culture to deal with weed, and then they have sex a lot.
You could rewrite the whole X-Files series in an rated X format, perhaps.
I've talked about that. I have a series. Remember, I said I was going to do that, and I have a whole bunch of ideas in a folder somewhere called the Ohm Files. Because Fox originally tried to get the creators of the X-Files, Chris, whatever his face was, to hire Pamela Anderson instead of Gillian Anderson.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I heard about that, I was like, yeah, I gotta write that. It's all Baywatch slow motion running scenes in pantsuits.
Good. That's funny. In pantsuits. That's great.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. There we go. I'm done. Right. I think I'll.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I still have the AI generated picture. Writing books. Is it this? No. Book art ideas. This one. What's it under? Paranormal. Here. Yes. Uh, is there a better one? Is that the original one? Ah, stupid thing. Minimize. Close. Full size. Sorry.
Yes, in answer to your question, Renee, I did come up with a name for my Asian man, and it's not very creative, but I'm going to call him Mr. Wu.
Mr. Wu.
Because
Okay.
you're always talking woo woo stuff.
Woo woo woo. Oh,
Yeah,
that's the name for his coffee shop. The Woo Woo Tea Emporium and Apothecary.
I like the word emporium.
You know,
Emporium?
he deliberately uses the woo woo as a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
The woo woo apothecary. And,
Instead of WOO, I'm going to spell it WU.
yeah. It's just woo woo.
Yeah, and you know what?
Uh,
This is so. It hit me as I'm in the middle of making dinner. I in the refrigerator, and all of a sudden, bam! That thought just was just like out of nowhere hit me.
Okay. So I don't know if you remember this image I had ChatGPT generate for me.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
Could you possibly show any more cleavage? I mean, really,
No.
it's not enough there. Okay.
No.
No. Leave nothing to the imagination.
Well, you know, if the X Files had gone that way, do you think her outfit would have been any different than that?
No, I don't. And it's actually strategically. Now think about this: if you're in pursuit of the bad guy or whatever, and he gets a look at that, he's going to stop for a minute. Any normal guy is going to kind of, and that may be that window of 2-3 seconds. All you need then to overpower him.
I'm just saying, if I was the monster of the week, my whole goal would be to motorboat that.
But it's not.
I'd be getting caught. I would be getting caught faster than you could say boo.
And it's almost like an automated thing, like breathing is automated. You know, a guy who's going to stop and look at the boobs. So.
And that's called the male gaze.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Bingo. Okay.
Bring
I
us
think
back
even
earlier.
Even if they're of a different sexual orientation, the guys that want to be girls, they're gonna look too. You know.
Yep. I don't trust anyone who doesn't like boobs. Small ones, big ones, anywhere in between. You don't like boobs, I don't trust you.
Yeah, really.
I don't. I do not.
True that. Okay. All right. Now I got 3 pages written. So I'm happy with that.
I think I may have got maybe 100 words, maybe. I'm mostly doing what I've been doing the last month and a half, and that's looking over what I've written and other stuff because I'm bouncing around. I know in that one story I was working on when we started this. What was I calling it again? I have to open up not the Chad Galactic one, the one after that. Freak! I've totally spaced on it now. I do this. I have a bad memory. For those of you that don't know me, my memory is it's not like a sieve. It's more like a hole with no bottom. Things go into it, and I never find it ever again.
I understand that.
It's like I've been suffering from the Alzheimer's since I was like 6 or something.
That's because all your food is probably cooked in aluminum, right?
Yeah, aluminum. It helps traffic the brain cells from Taco Bell. Yeah, remember, we joke about being fans of Taco Bell and all, but They do not use good products.
I've heard. You told me about this, and now I don't want to eat Taco Bell again, but I do want to eat Taco Bell.
I mean, like
I'm trying to
it's
block
it's
that intentionally out so I can enjoy my Mexican pizza from there. I love Mexican.
it's a good chance that most of the products you serve from there are expired.
Now that I hadn't heard.
Yes.
Really?
Don't forget, eat at Taco Bell. It's good for you. They won the franchise wars.
They did?
They won the franchise wars. You still haven't watched Demolition Man? What kind of... How are you part of Western civ? How are you?
What did you say again?
How are you part of? How are you part of Western civilization? How are you part? You still haven't watched Demolition Man.
I think I have watched Demolition Man. Yes.
Yeah. What happens in it?
This guy has a. He finds somebody in his house. I think it's garage or whatever, and they're like he has. Oh, he doesn't really have a gun. They're trying to make it out of his house, and people are shooting at them, and he just uses his finger, and is like pretending to shoot at people, and he's following this guy.
That's not Demolition Man. That's Real Men.
Oh,
good movie.
Okay.
But it's not Demolition.
Who was in? Well, what's Demolition Man about?
Demolition Man is a movie about Jean-Claude Van Damme killing a bunch of people.
Oh.
Was it Jean-Claude? No. Sylvester Stallone. Much better guy killing a bunch of people.
I'm not into those shoot 'em up movies.
Doesn't matter. You want to watch Demolition Man because it's got other stuff going on.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sandra Bullock's in it. You'll like it. You're female. You like you like everything with Sandra Bullock in it. It's a requirement.
Yeah. Practical Magic. They just completed a sequel to Practical Magic that comes out this fall. I'm anxious to see. I loved that movie. I loved it. I bought the soundtrack and everything. Nicole Kidman, Sandra Bullock, they were great. Yeah. And I can't remember the other two ladies, but they're in a lot of movies.
Practical Magic.
Yeah.
Cher and
no, Cher was not in it.
No, it wasn't Cher. It was I'm thinking of Mystic River or something.
Moonstruck. She was in Moonstruck.
Yeah, Moonstruck.
But here, I'll find out. Now this is gonna try me.
Diana Wiest and Stockard Channing. Did you not just hear me say Stockard Channing and Diana Wiest?
Oh no, I'm sorry. The computer hazed again. Okay, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and Evan Rachel Wood played the daughter. The daughter. And Aidan Quinn.
No, Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman, Alexandra Artrip, and Evan Rachel Wood.
Yeah.
Now where's the two? Stockard Channing. Yeah, okay, you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was one of the.
And
Diane Webb.
Diana Wiest.
Yeah, Wiest. Sorry. Yeah.
Wiest.
Trying to think of. Okay. Cool.
What the fuck?
Oh,
I hit the Caprice Benedetti. Oh, Camilla Bell is in this. I like Camilla Bell. She's hot. And you said they're making a sequel?
Yeah, they just completed filming, I guess. Yeah.
Filming?
I was trying to see if I could find out more about that. It's going to be released this fall. And
Uh,
I guess the famous line from that, there are some things I know for certain. Always throw
yeah, it's in
salt
post
over your
production.
left shoulder. Keep rosemary by your garden gate. Plant lavender for luck, and fall in love whenever you can. Good
Uh,
life. Anyway, I can't wait for that to come out. I'll be going to the theater. And there's another disclosure movie that what's his name? It's going to be out in
yeah.
June. Steven Spielberg.
Ooh.
Wrapped up around. This came out December or January, and the movie comes out in June.
What movie?
Big. I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's just called Disclosure. What's it called? I didn't.
Oh yeah, Disclosure. Yeah,
Disclosure. Yeah, and they had a big thing in Times Square where they had a full, like the whole building was a picture of this.
yeah, but
And
like it's gonna be it's not real, Raven. It's fiction.
is it?
Yeah.
We shall see.
And they deliberately play on your terminology.
We have
It's
had.
like,
Have you not? Have you been living under a rock? We have had congressional hearings over this whole discussion. We basically have a soft form of disclosure already. There wouldn't be keep having these hearings and all of these investigations.
it's called misdirection. Pay attention to the stupid fake thing you believe in, so you're not looking into why we're killing 167 girls in Iran.
Well, that whole thing with Iran is they've
Yeah.
got a
Oh,
they're determined
prepare.
to bring about this whole thing like from
Hey. If you've got the money, go get yourself a big bin, right? Like one of those 120 liter bins. Go buy yourself 5 of those from Home Depot. Fill one with rice, fill one with dried beans, fill one with lentils, right? And find a couple other staples you want nice and stirred, because there's going to be mass famine in the next year or two because of this. Because 1/3 of the world's fertilizer comes through Hormuz, and it's like if it's not open by the end of next month, it's not going to get into planting season in time for the farmers. So, like a lot of the food imports from the global south just aren't going to exist next year.
Yes, I know. I was
And
about that.
you import. We all import a lot of food from the global south. So get your dried staples and store
I'll
them.
starve. I can't eat lentils. I hate rice.
It doesn't. Trust me. Once you've gone 2 or 3 days without food, you're going to be boiling the water and wanting to put the rice in there, and you'll be glad you have them. And at the very worst, if you don't need them, you can boil them up and feed it to the cats.
Yeah, that's the thing. How am I going to keep these guys fed?
You're not going to be keeping them fed this time next year. You're going to be, hey, Justin was smart about that cat jerky thing.
Disgusting. No, hell no.
Yeah, trust me, it's not going to be disgusting this time next year.
No, they're just going to have to become vegetarians, right? You're going to have to be a vegetarian.
They'll be vegetarians.
Yeah, they're going to.
You won't be.
You're going to have to eat grass and weeds and things.
You can die eating grass. I'm just saying that.
Well, if I can't live in a world without chocolate cake, I don't want to live here. I don't want to live.
Well,
So there you have it.
so Raven's buying rope. I recommend you go buy some rice and lentils and beans. Raven's buying 7 feet of rope.
It's so much cheaper.
So much cheaper. Yeah, well, you know.
Okay. Well, yeah. Anyway, this was a good question. Thank you, Renee, for joining us.
Yes. We got to end. We're about 10 minutes over. We'll see you
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the day of the week. That's the day of the week.
That's
It's not this day.
week, indeed.
And hopefully sometime before July we'll start that X Files
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Hopefully sometime before then.
That's-
Hopefully there will still be a power grid in July.
yeah. Yeah, there's that too. Let's see what's these.
Uh,
Oh God,
I'm waiting for Israel to use a nuke. That's all I'm saying.
that would be the stupidest goddamn thing ever, because that
But plausible.
everybody. That's a global. That
But
is
plausible.
just somebody just needs it. These people are batshit crazy. Don't we have enough retired snipers out there just to take care of this? We can have world peace again. I mean, this is ridiculous. These warmongers are just they need to be stopped somehow.
We'll see you Friday.
Well, Friday.
It's gotten spicy at the end of the show.
Sorry, I can't help it.
That's my fault.
I gotta
It's
speak
my
out
fault.
against the insanity when the insanity is just too. All right, good night. Good night.
Already